we are going to work with polygons today. Okay, we will see what are polygons. We will have theoretical understanding of it, and then we will practically see how we can create these polygons and how these polygons, how we can add some information related to these polygons in the form of attribute table. Okay, so for digitization, you need two toolbars. Just right click here, and your first toolbar is your digitizing toolbar. Okay, so you need digitizing toolbar where you have a lot of basic tools present available for digitization. Okay, and one more you need is your snapping toolbar. We are going to use it in later part, but let's get this snapping toolbar as well on our screen. Okay, now let's get started with the creation of polygons. Okay, so for that, you again have three options how you want to create your layers. So you can go to layer. Okay, so there is an option called create layer. Okay, so you have to, because now we are digitizing, so we have to create a layer. Okay, so this layer is analogous to your transparent sheet. Okay, that transparent sheet you are going to use for tracing different features which are available in the base or in the raster format. Okay, so you go to create layer and you can use geo package and you can use shapefile. Okay, it doesn't matter, but let's start with the basic thing, which is your new shapefile layer. Okay, so click on it, new shapefile. Okay, first let's give it a name. Okay, use these three dots to give it a name, and let's say I'll go with polygons. I just give it a name, polygons. Okay, click on save. Okay, and your geometry type will be your polygon. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so EPSG WGS 84 UTM zone 44 north. Okay, we are going to use this projection now. If you remember from the vector loading exercise, we saw one attribute table. Okay, so attribute table basically contains all the information related to your vector file. Suppose you are creating a polygon, then you want to give it some ID. You want to collect information about the state, about its geography, and let's say if it is a lake, then you want to give it a name. Okay, okay, what is the name of that lake or what is the name of that river? So all these things are stored in your attribute table. Okay, so you can create different fields in your attribute table, or let's say simply table. Okay, it is like an Excel sheet only. So in your table, which will be associated or which will be related to the uh, polygon or any sort of feature you are digitizing. Okay, so in this first field I want, because the ID is your by default, you have to have the ID for your vector files. Okay, this cannot be left blank. I mean, your vector file should have at least one field, and that by default is your ID. Okay, so next I want to know, I want to store in which state, or let's say in which taluk or tehsil. Okay, uh, the polygon that I'm going to digitize will be is located. Okay, I want to know that. So it will be, of course, it will be your text, it will be a name, so it will be stored as a text type. Okay, and this is the length of the characters. Suppose I say Kerala, okay, or I say Goa. So Goa have three letters. Okay, so the length of the letters or length of the characters it has. So let's keep it 20. I think nothing should be more than, or you can go with the 30 as well. Okay, and after that click on add to fields list. You see, we have got our another field. Okay, and every time you digitize a polygon, you have to give some information to these fields as well. Okay, so this is one way of adding a new field. When you are creating your shape file, you can add as many fields as you want. Okay, if you want to remove any field, just click on it and click on remove field. Okay, and another field I want to add here is water body. We are going to digitize water bodies in these topo sheets. Okay, water body name, and this is, of course, this is again because it will be a name, so it will be a text. Okay, let's keep it 30 and click on add fields to list. Okay, after you have done all these things, click on OK. Right, see a transparent or let's say a brown color blank sheet has been created for you. Okay, now let's bring it to the top. Okay, either you can drag it using the left mouse button and hold while you can hold the left mouse button and drag it to the top, or you can right click on the layer and click on move to bottom or move to top. Okay, you can do these things in this way. Okay, there are two ways of doing that. Okay, now let's start digitizing. Let's start creating our vector data. Okay, so for that, just click on the layer for which you want to create vector data. Okay, click on the layer, and in this digitizing toolbar, you will find this digital pencil or digital pen, whatever you want to say. Okay, digital pencil, click on it. Okay, so as soon as you click on it, other options will be activated for you. Okay, and then click on add polygon feature. Okay, add polygon feature. So I'm going to close other things which I don't need right now. Okay, I don't need this, I don't need this. I just need this one. Okay, this topo sheet that we georeferenced yesterday. Okay, so here you have the option of digitize with segment, digitize with curve, stream digitizing, and digitize shape. They have different uses. We are going to learn about them, okay, one by one. But when you want to digitize some irregular features in your map, then just go with the digitize with segment or the default setting of the digitization. Okay, so these settings are very important for you. Okay, yeah, so now let's start creating our polygons. Okay, so I'm going to use a smaller polygon here. Let's find out one smaller one. Okay, let's digitize this one. Okay, boundary. Okay, so how you do that? So zoom to the level which is comfortable for you. Okay, so just click on it. Okay, so as soon as you click, this thread like this red thread like thing will appear on your screen. Okay, so this is your starting point. Okay, and you have to, in of course polygons are enclosed features, so you have to end your boundary tracing at the same point. Okay, now make clicks. Okay, the clicks that I'm doing, you have to make these clicks using the left mouse button. Okay, the left mouse button, just move ahead, and when you want to zoom out, use the mouse scroll bar towards you. Okay, and you will be zoomed out. So if you want to zoom in at this part, just put your cursor here and then use the mouse scroll bar towards the screen. Okay, so move ahead. Okay, you can move in any direction. I started from left in this point and I'm moving towards right direction. You can also go in this way. Okay, that's your choice. Yes, so now We are at the starting point, okay? And now how we end it? For ending, just make a left click and then right click, okay? In the end, make a left click and then press right click of your mouse, okay? So you end your digitization with right click, okay? So let's give it some ID and let's say 0, okay? And this taluk, the name of the taluk, if we know the name of the taluk, then we can definitely give it. So in this administrative boundary, we should have the name of this taluk, and this is your Poneri, okay? You can give it a name. Just use your keyboard to type it, type the name, okay? And the name of the water body is Sholavaram Lake, okay? So just type Sholavaram Lake, okay? So this is how you store your data related to the vectors, okay? I hope this is clear. Click on OK, and you see your polygon is digitized, okay? This is my OpenStreetMap, okay? You can use any map you want as a base, okay? So I am using OpenStreetMap, Google Satellite, and my topo sheets, alternatively in order to digitize these polygons, okay? Whichever I feel are better, that I'm going to use, okay? So why this map is useful right now? Because you see, there are two segments of this lake, okay? Thopu Lake, it has got two segments. It is breaking at this point, okay? So you have got you have got one, some highway, okay? And this highway is kind of splitting these two lakes in two parts. So of course, we cannot, we cannot use a single polygon to digitize these two polygons, okay? So for that, you will require a multi-polygon feature, okay? Multi-polygon. So how you do that? You right click and you go to advanced digitizing toolbar, okay? And here, where is that option? You have to use the add part feature, yes, okay? So just simply make a single polygon first, okay? Let's make this polygon. So let's give it a name. Let's give it some ID 1. And taluk, we can know from this administrative boundary modified. Okay, let's see what is the name of this taluk. This is your Saida Pet. Okay, Saida Pet. Okay, and the name of the water body. Okay, sorry, where it is. Yeah, so the name of the water body is, let's close this again and let's look at it in the OpenStreetMap. Okay, this is Peria Thopu Lake. Okay. Okay. Now, because you see, these two lakes are different segments, but of a single lake. Okay. So it has got the same name. So how you digitize such features? You have to use the approach of multi-polygons. Okay. So for that, as I said, you need your advanced digitizing toolbar. Okay. In advanced digitizing toolbar, you have this add part option. Okay. So now you want to create a multi-polygon which has got two different parts, or maybe three different parts, maybe 100 different parts. Okay. So you have to use the same approach for that. Okay. Whether it is 2 parts, 3 parts, 4 parts, 5 parts, or millions of parts. Okay. Just use the same approach here. So for that, what you have to do, you have to use this select feature by area or single click in the selection toolbar. Okay. Use this feature here, click on it, click the polygon that you have already digitized, and you are telling this particular tool that you want to add part. Okay, this is the icon for adding part. Add part, you want to add part for this polygon. Okay, because it's a multi-polygon feature. Okay, this is how you digitize your islands, okay, or let's say your union territories. Okay, for example, your location of your Pondicherry, digitizing this particular boundary. Okay, I'll keep it rough. Okay, I'll just keep it rough here. And okay, I'm just using the left click mouse button, and I'm moving here and there on the map using the mouse scroll bar. Okay, and making ticks using the left mouse button. Okay, so when it is done, just right click. You see, you have got two parts of this polygon. Okay, so how to confirm that? If you click on one, both of them will be highlighted. Okay, so like if you want to undo your digitization, just use this button. Okay, so now let's go back to our attribute table. Okay, so right click on the layer for which you want to see the attribute table. Attribute table means the data, whatever data you want to store with these polygons or with any feature will be available in the attribute table. It is simply like an Excel sheet. Okay, so click on open attribute table. You see your Poneri Lake, we have given it different fields, right? So the ID is 0 Poneri Sholavaram, this. Okay, but you see there is only one feature created for this Periathopu Lake. But I mean, if it will be a simple polygon, then there will be two different polygons created for this. Okay, but here, because it is a multi-polygon, that means a polygon with two different parts, only one polygon will be created. Okay, so that is the difference between your polygon and multi-polygon feature. Okay, and I hope this is clear with all of you. Now let's go back to our topo sheet. Okay, okay, your administrative boundary. Okay, different layer of information to these polygons. Okay, okay, so when we were creating our shape file, you saw that we added few fields to our attribute table. Okay, but what if when now you have already created your shape files, and now you have stopped editing and you have saved it into your computer and all of these things. Now, what if you want to add a new field now? Can we do it after creating a shape file? Yes, we can do that. Okay, so keep it in the toggle editing mode. Okay, and after that click on this new field option. Okay, new field option here, and let's say I want to add one more field, water body type. Okay, of course, yeah, it won't allow me to write a name more than 9 characters. So this will be my text. Okay, so let's keep it length of 30 and click on OK. You see our field is added. Now if you want to give it some type. By type I means whether it is a tank, whether it is a canal, or whether it is a lake, or etc etc, or if it is a river. Okay, so that all these types I want to know for this particular all these polygons. Okay, so let's see what was the type of this Solavaram lake. Was it a lake, or did it had different category? Yeah, well, I'll close this. So it was a lake. Okay, but if you will see in other parts, so this is a airy. Okay, so this is some sort of different, some sort of feature. Okay, there are lakes, there are tanks in this area, so that's why I wanted to categorize it based on its type. Okay, so let's double click on it. Double click on it, make sure you are in the toggle editing mode. Okay, give it a type, let's say lake. I want to name it as a lake. Okay, and this was also a lake. Okay, and once you are done with all this information, in the same day you can add different fields. Okay, different number of fields, thousands of fields you can add, which is associated to this particular layer. Okay, and you can also delete these fields. Okay, if you want to delete any field, let's say I want to delete ID, just click on it and then click on OK. I don't want to delete it, just for example I have taken this. Okay, so click on cancel for right now. Okay, and once you are done with all these things, you can click on save edits from here. Okay, from here and from here as well. Okay, you can choose any of these options. These two options are similar. This is your toggle editing for the attribute table, or of course for the for your vector layer as well. Okay, and this is for your saving your edits. See, stop editing. Okay, now later on we are going to calculate the area and perimeter for these lakes. Okay, now comes how to so these were the polygons that were disconnected, or that was not, that was a single polygon, and the polygons that were disconnected. What if we have the polygon boundaries which are connected like this? Okay, these are your let's say tehsil boundaries of in this region of Tamil Nadu. Okay, now this is your one polygon, this is your another taluk, this is your another taluk. So how you can digitize these boundaries? Okay, so is there any process that you make least errors? Okay, so okay, so for that, of course, you need to start with a simple polygon. Okay, so now because this is a different polygon means that these were your water bodies. Now these polygons will be for your admin boundaries. Okay, so we have to create new layer for it. Okay, so another layer should be created. So again, go to layer, create layer, and click on new shapefile layer. Okay, let's give it a name, admin boundaries, or let's say taluk boundaries. Okay, click on save. Geometry type will be polygon, and the EPSG will be 44 north. Okay, if you want, you can give it any field. So we already have ID, and let's give it a taluk name, or let's say simply name. It will be your text, length of characters, you can choose any. Okay, and add field to list. Okay, this is all I want for this particular shapefile here. If I want some other fields, I can add them later on. Okay, click on okay, and you see there are taluk boundaries. Let's move it to the top. Okay, and now let's start digitizing these boundaries. Okay, so you can click on this toggle editing mode. Okay, and okay, let's start digitizing these polygons. Okay, add polygon feature. Now click here. Okay, just use the left click mouse to put the vertex. Let's give it a ID 0. Okay, let's keep it blank right now. Okay, now for reducing the error on this boundary, this because this is our common boundary. Okay, we have to use the snapping option. Okay, and this is the toolbar that we used that we got from here. Okay, snapping toolbar. In this snapping toolbar, you just have to make few settings. Okay, just click on this enable snapping. Okay, and here you want your vertexes to be properly snapped. Okay, and after that, click on this uh, option icon here, which says allow overlap. No, we don't want our overlap. No, we don't want to have any overlaps. So just use this follow advanced configuration option here. Okay, and click on this enable tracing. Okay, and after that, you will see this pink rectangle is activated. Okay, so this is like a magnet. If you will move it by yourself on the screen, you will feel that it is like a magnet. Okay, it is sticking like a magnet. Okay, so let's, and this feature is useful when you have a common boundary. Okay, don't use it when you do not have any common boundaries. So click here. Okay, and let's come directly to the point where this common boundary is ending. Okay, you see how nicely it has snapped. You see it has directly covered the area, right? And then just move ahead with simple clicks, which you used for digitization. This way you can use the snapping toolbar. Okay, click on OK. You see, if you will zoom in, you won't find any gaps. So that's how your snapping toolbar or snapping options are useful. Okay, when you have and the advantage is you don't have to retrace this part again. Okay, this is how you make your work easier. by using the snapping option. Okay, and this will be error free. Okay, so I'm going to end today's lecture here again, and when you are done with digitizing your boundaries, okay, just click on save layer edits and uncheck, deactivate this pencil like icon here.